And आज के हमारे special guest है Shrishti and Aastha, the founders of Õde Studio, and they will be joining us from Delhi.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hi Aastha. Yeah. Hello, hi Shrishti, कैसे हो आप?
Hi, we're good. How are you?
बस एकदम बढ़िया. So before me introducing our audience, our viewers to your business, I just want कि आप अपना perspective से अपने business को introduce करें, अपने business model को, अपने products को.
We started Õde Studio back in 2019 in August before COVID and everything happened. And we started off with products such as planners specifically for our college. And then it now branched into a full design service agency as well as products for productivity and organization. So it's a little bit of both. And we also do complete designing for businesses, small, big, established, whatever it is. So yeah, that's kind of what we do at Õde Studio. And we've been running this for like the last 2.5 years. And it's been such an amazing journey so far.
So we were actually, our summer holiday was starting from college. So we had just come back home and we were just having a conversation about how to spend the summer. And during the finals of our college, we realized that we both love to make lists, plans. You know, just say like our entire day had to be planned out. Every minute had to be planned and how to make our college life easier. So we were just having a conversation and it was at like 2 a.m. at midnight.
We were FaceTiming, I think, at night, and we were just like talking. And Shashi just went like, do you want to like make our own planners and just like do this? And I was like, okay, that's interesting. We've never done this before, mind you. We didn't know how to use any software. We didn't know what the start of like creating a business as well. So I feel like it was really one of those like, you know, like random like epiphanies where we're just like, oh my God, we want to start a business. And that's how it happened. It's just, we never expected it to become something that we're so passionate about, because a lot of our passion we've kind of realized over the course of these 2 years. So yeah, that's just kind of how it happened.
एक और चीज जो हमने देखी कि इसके पहले जो एपिसोड थे उसमें भी कुछ बिजनेस ओनर्स थे जिन्होंने अपने कॉलेज में रहते रहते या स्टडीज के साथ साथ बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर दिया. तो इज दिस न्यू ट्रेंड या फिर पहले ऐसा होता था कि बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना तो पहले सब निपटा लो, एक सेफ्टी नेट बनाओ, फिर देखेंगे बिजनेस का. बट अभी देख रहे हैं कि काफी एनर्जेटिक यूथफुल लोग पीपल लाइक यू बिजनेस स्टार्ट करते हैं. तो व्हाट इज दैट एनकरेजिंग फैक्टर, इफ यू कैन पॉइंट आउट, अगर इफ देयर इज समथिंग.
Yeah, I feel like college can give you a lot, of course, but the what you learn from a business goes way beyond the walls of a classroom, you know, and that's something which you'll never be able to learn in a classroom. If it's day-to-day tasks or decision making or, you know, how to handle finances, all of that you can't really learn in college. And I do feel like it's become a huge revolution, especially during COVID. We started before COVID, so we were very new to all this. We didn't have many people with us in our community, but we saw how during COVID so many college students kept entering this community, school students, college students, because at the end of the day, especially when you're home, you realize that college can only give you that much of learning and experience, and you want to go out of your shell to know like everyone is prepping for the real world here, and having your own business is like the best way you can actually prep for it. Yeah.
तो बट आपने जैसे बताया कि यू गाइस मेट एंड देन फिर आइडिएशन स्टेज पे आए कि ये चीज करनी है. तो ऐसी कोई स्किल सेट्स है जो आपने पर्टिकुलरली सीखी बस ये बिजनेस को रन करने के लिए, और डेफिनेटली उसके लिए चैलेंजेस भी आओगे, तो वो चैलेंजेस कैसे ओवरकम?
I think for us, almost everything was brand new. We didn't know anything about running a business. I mean, if it comes from, we were not prepared. We thought that, you know, it will just be a summer project and we will launch these planners, and after the planners are sold, then we'll see like whatever. We are still in college, we don't have to think about it. But started picking up, and when we realized that there are so many more opportunities and avenues kept coming to us, and we kept taking the opportunities, that's how we really learned. So I think for me, one of the biggest things that I had to learn, which I didn't know at all before, was accounting and finance. We did not know how to, you know, handle our money, how a business operates with its money. Like we didn't know about GST. We didn't know how to raise invoices. We didn't know how to file for GST. We didn't know how to collect tax. We didn't know any of those things before we started. So I think for us, one of the biggest learning curves in the business was accounting and how to handle our finances. Yeah.
And another big challenge that we had was, you won't believe it, when we first started designing our planners, we did it on Word. On
Oh,
Microsoft Word, we designed the whole thing. Then one of Shrishti's friends, who's actually in design school, was like, why don't you guys use Adobe, software? And I went, like, kind of entered the world of Adobe. We were like, there is no way we'll be able to do this because it's so complicated. How does a person even happen to like manage and design on such a complicated software? And once we started like navigating through it and like trying to practice, then afterward we shifted to Photoshop. Then we realized Photoshop also wasn't it, because Photoshop is more for photo editing. Then we moved to
right.
InDesign, and then we were like, okay, now it feels like a stronger foundation to start, designing. So Adobe software was such a challenge. It was like endless, tutorials on YouTube, and now with everything online, you literally can learn anything just by the click of a button. So we learned so much only through watching YouTube videos and doing courses. But Adobe was a big thing that we had no idea how to use. And now it's like literally one of like our primary like core reasons why Ode has become what it is now. So that was a huge challenge.
तो ये जर्नी में लाइक अक्रॉस द जर्नी आपको काफी टाइप के कस्टमर्स मिले होंगे, जनरली उसमें से काफी अच्छे वाले भी होते हैं. कोई ऐसे मेमोरेबल कस्टमर रहा है जिसको लाइक सर्व करके लगा कि यार ऐसे कस्टमर्स है तो लाइफ सॉर्टेड है?
Yeah, for sure. I think recently only we got a customer who messaged us saying that they want to order this diary for their mother-in-law who wants to pass it down to her children and their children. You know, it will be a generational diary. And that meant so much to us because we realized that our products are really, people are really resonating with them and they do want it for a reason. It's not a one-time gift. It's something someone has put so much thought into it that they want to give this to their mother-in-law who wants to pass it down to their children and, write their like lessons of life in it. So that really meant a lot to us. And another time we got a really long message, actually an email, about how one individual was going through a really hard year with COVID and a couple of losses in her family, and she wanted a planner to, so that it would uplift her year, and she wanted some positive messages along with that plan. And she wrote a very long message about how to make her feel more positive towards this coming year. And it's like messages like that. And then we realized that this is why we're doing what we're doing. So yeah.
ये कितना स्वीट है. लाइक जनरली लोग बिजनेस को देखते तो वो सिर्फ P&L में सोचते हैं या फिर सोचते हैं कि क्या प्रोडक्ट बेच रहे, बट ये जो पीछे की वार्म स्टोरीज है, यही जान के इतना फैसिनेटिंग लगता है ना. लाइक मेरा बेस्ट पार्ट ये जो इंस्टाग्राम लाइव करता हूँ उसमें जो स्टोरीज निकल के आती है, वार्म सी प्यारी सी, लाइक दीज आर रियली फैसिनेटिंग. बट कोई ऐसा कस्टमर जो पल्ले पड़ गया, लगा कि यार ये नहीं चाहिए था लाइव?
There have been quite a few.
There have been a few for sure, but I think one of our biggest ones was thankfully not a customer, but a person who tried to scam us on Instagram and told us that they paid us 16,000 by mistake instead of 1,000. So they were asking for that money back. So that way we almost fell for the scam, but thankfully we got saved. And it's just, that's like the pros and cons of having a business on Instagram. First is that people feel so connected to you that they want to talk to you, they want to tell you why they're buying the gift, and those are very great things. But then there are also some situations where people don't treat you very well and they do try to take advantage of your business, thinking that we're a growing business or that we might be young and naive. And
so motivational customers were like more in number as compared to ऐसे nut jobs.
For sure,
like 100%. We've been very lucky that way.
तो आपने जैसे बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया आप दोनों ने मिलके, और फिर कैसे डिसाइड किया कि कौन सा रोल कौन उठाएगा? और दूसरी चीज साथ में मैं पूछ लेता हूँ कि शुरू में ऐसा था कि ऑर्डर्स कैसे आ रहे, मतलब व्हाट वर द नंबर, और फिर जर्नी बढ़ती है और अभी करंटली कितने ऑर्डर्स आते हैं, लाइक द ग्रोथ जर्नी, वो मैं जानना चाहूंगा.
We had our own skill sets before we started, but that got kind of merged in because we both started learning new things together and learning where to go from here together, doing courses, asking anyone we can for their advice. So only much later in the journey and only recently we've started to know who really does what. How we divided it is that Aastha takes on more of the branding and the designing project, and I do more of the marketing bit of it. And regarding your second question, that first we were only holding like a pop-up store or like a stall in college. So that's how we got most of our orders. But then when we went online, we didn't really have a proper mechanism on how to receive orders. So we were mechanism of receiving it was mainly through Google Google Forms or through Instagram DMs. But after we launched our website and our website became shoppable, it became much easier for us to actually receive orders through that. So then our number of orders also did really change because of just our website going live. So yeah.
बट एक और चीज है कि जैसे आपका प्रोडक्ट काफी नीश होता है, लाइक बिकॉज इफ इट वाज जस्ट अनदर प्रोडक्ट, सिमिलर प्रोडक्ट फ्रॉम द मार्केट, देन इट्स डिफिकल्ट टू स्टैंड आउट. तो आपने जब नीश प्रोडक्ट होता है तो उसकी प्राइसिंग, इसका प्राइस पॉइंट क्या रखना है मार्केट में, वो थोड़ा एक टफ चैलेंज होता है कि इसको कहाँ सेट करो कि ऑर्डर्स दिया है लेकिन फिर ये भी हो कि हम एक सही वैल्यू दे रहे हैं हमारे प्रोडक्ट को. तो आपने क्या मैकेनिज्म या थॉट प्रोसेस लगाई इसको?
With products, you need to first obviously check your cost price, your delivery, how much it actually, takes to like actually put the product in the market. And I feel like initially we did struggle with kind of, we used to send the planners to Delhi because they would be manufactured in Bombay and a lot of costing would go there. So then we started realizing, okay, these are places we need to cut down on costing and how, we can kind of make sure our product stands out as premium product, but also as a product that gives you a lot of value out of it. I feel like that's what we really market ourselves as, because at the end of the day, if you look at our 2022 planners, it's a yearly investment. You're paying $9.99 or $12.50 for an investment that will last you the whole time. So we really try to like make people more aware of the fact that investing in this right now is not going to help you today, but it's going to help you over the span of the year. And that's how we've kind of priced our product as well, making sure our costing was in check and, not kind of, pricing ourselves as a ridiculous amount like a 3,000 rupee plan, because we know a lot of people right now also are trying to enter the world, and with COVID and stuff, there has been a lot of, financial problems. So that's kind of our thought process behind pricing our product.
Okay, so basically to sum up, it's the intersection between the value proposition that you are giving versus the value add you feel कि customer को definitely मिल रहा है उस price point पे.
100%. Yeah.
तो एक final question कि आपकी जो journey रही है 2019 से अभी तक, उसमें काफी challenges आए होंगे, काफी successes आए होंगे. तो अगर आज की डेट में कोई बंदा या बंदी business start करने का सोच रही है online, तो आपकी जो journey का एक 1-2 liner summary होगा कि do's and don'ts, like ये definitely ध्यान रखना, तो वो क्या होगा? I'll start with Aastha.
I think the biggest, I feel like don't ever listen to anyone who will doubt you, because I feel like when you go in, like when you want to start something and it's in you have that gut feeling that, listen, I feel like this is gonna do well. If that thought has been planted in your head, it's for a reason. So I think just go with your gut and just don't listen to what the society tells you, what your family tells you. I know it's easier said than done, but there were a lot of times for us as well that people around us would doubt us, because everyone would always say that it's just a phase. And I feel like when people used to say that more, the more we'd be like, no, like I want to prove you wrong, because this is not something that we're just doing for the kicks of it. We want to do this because it's something we believe in and we are passionate about. So I think my biggest don't would be like, just don't listen to anyone. Just start. If you have a feeling that you want to start, there are so many resources. If you have a phone, if you have internet connection, you can literally start a business from anywhere. You'll find resources, you'll make it happen however you want it to happen. You're gonna have to try a lot harder, but at the end of the day, when it comes into fruition, you will be so proud that you actually are telling to do. So I think that's my biggest don't. Shishi, you can go ahead and say a thing that you should do.
Yeah, so I feel like I completely agree with Aastha, and I feel like you just need to take that leap of faith. If you have, just as Aastha said, if you have the idea that you do want to start a business, you have to do everything that you can to make it happen. And I feel like you do have to do your background research, but just be very open. One thing that we've learned through the past 2.5 years is that you have to be very open to learning. Be open to learning from people around you, from your family, from your friends, from resources. Don't be closed off and don't limit your own opportunities. There are plenty of opportunities in today's world that you can always take and use to your advantage. So you can definitely make it happen and do your research and take useful criticism as well, if that's what's going to help you grow and get to where you want to be. So that's definitely my advice as well.
Oh, that was great listening to you both. आपने तो पूरा cover कर लिया basis, I think. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Aastha. Thank you, Srishti, for joining.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
It was
so much.
Great talking to you.
Thank you for having us. It was really nice.
Bye.
Take care. Stay safe.
ऐसी और इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरीज जानने के लिए और अपना बिजनेस नॉलेज बढ़ाने के लिए दुकान को जरूर फॉलो करें.
Bye.